Welcome, football fans. What's going on? Second time of the day, and I hope you're ready, rare, and as excited as I am. The first one wasn't even a freaking primetime face-off, but quick update, just so you guys know, Justin is now part of the IE Sports Radio family, hosting a brand new Indiana show. Can we get a hand clap? Hey, I don't know. If Brad over here is a Seattle/Portland kind of guy, he might be the next host. I don't know, man. We're pulling in hosts like crazy today. So, he's dabbing.
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Bringing it back, man.
Today we have quite the funny, I don't know what to call it, but it's funny. It's a coincidence, if you will, because our away team representative over here is... Well, you'll find out his name in just a few minutes. I know a lot of you already see it, but it's pretty funny. So, with that said, y'all, I mean, it's not like his name is funny, but I'm just saying we have a host with the last name and a really similar name. What do you call it? I guess a really similar name, which is hilarious. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, jumping on here for the second time today. Moi, of course, me, your boy Larry, bringing it to you. Second primetime face-off of the day. It looks like the Bills pretty much have this game in hand.
No,
over the Colts.
Ooh, it's close right now.
It's
only a 3-point game.
It's a close one. Well, let's see. We'll see how close it can be. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Primetime face-off number 2 right here. WildCard weekend continues. Game 1 almost in the books. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And to represent those Los Angeles Rams, he is the host of like 50 shows here at IE Sports Radio, but he is the host of the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, talking Rams, Chargers, and all kinds of goodies from Southern California. And the host of our volleyball show on IE Sports Radio, Set Point, my co-host on 3 and Out College Edition, which literally only had like 3 shows this year, and it's going to have a conclusion coming up this week, and that's pretty much about it, because that's how much time I've had in the last couple of months. Anyway, with that said, this guy is the real deal, and might I introduce for his first time on air, the induction show will be next week sometime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming in a dear friend of mine, great guy, and inductee of the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame Class 2020, Taryn Rodriguez. What's going on, Taryn? Good to see you, buddy.
What up? Thanks for having me on, Larry B. And before anyone asks, this is a beanie. It's not a top hat. I wish it was a top hat, but some people said, where'd you get that top hat? It's like, it's a beanie. I'm just wearing headphones, and I have a headset mic. Y'all can hear me perfectly?
Good.
I can hear you. Very good.
Perfect.
We got you. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, representing the home team, a team that has literally eaten a lot of teams like a sandwich this year, and sadly enough, been eaten like a sandwich. I don't understand how the hell this team is so good every single year when the defense every year seems to have interchangeable parts. You lose guys like Nate Clemens. I mean, I know it's going back, but I mean, it's crazy. You know, you got guys got like Tua, what do you call it? Tatupu. Remember him playing a couple of years back when
he was my favorite.
I mean,
he was my favorite growing up.
There's so many interchangeable parts on this team, but what silly me to even question the greatness of this team because there's a familiar face on the sideline. When Pete Carroll is your head coach. Spot on USC will always live. Taryn, right? Taryn, you got
absolutely
two USC diehards right here. No one likes No one likes the Cougars, Brad. So my bad, dude. But
I don't like either. It's okay.
There we go.
I wish the Trojans were still good. It'd be good for Pac-12, honestly.
Yeah.
Hey, when you go 5-1 and still don't, no, I'm sorry. When you have to come back to beat teams that suck in the fourth quarter, you shouldn't be in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a different conversation there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, representing the home team all the way from up north, enjoying himself today, wearing that old school, look at that, I was saying jersey, but old school logo on that side.
Oh, yeah.
Gentlemen, loud and proud, let's hear it for our boy, man, all the way from up north, Brad Buckingham. What's going on, Brad? How you doing, man?
Oh man, I am so glad to be on today. Oh, I can't wait to talk some football. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Brad Buckingham. We have a Brandon Buckingham who
Might be related. You never know.
he's in Arizona, and he's a Cardinal fan,
I lived down there too for a couple years.
which is hilarious because he's a Cardinal fan. It's just hilarious. Like, we gotta have a face-off, the Buckingham.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Let's do it. Oh, let's do it. Bring it on.
it's gonna be great. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Sound the buzzers, ring the bells. Let's get ready and set. Wildcard Week continues with, we have, let's just say, with a NFC West rivalry matchup. Two familiar foes get down here in just a little bit after this first matchup is all said and done between the Colts and the Bills. We got Rams and Seahawks getting ready to get down. Let's boogie! As I mentioned, Taryn Rodriguez representing the away team, Los Angeles Rams. Brad Buckingham representing the Seattle Seahawks, the home team. We're about to get down in Sanctuary League. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into our first primetime face-off. Should be second, but regardless, first primetime face-off of the afternoon. Here we go. Taryn, let's start us off, brother. X Factors. You know I love them. You love them. We love them. Brad loves them. Everyone loves X Factors because they make the difference in the game. Darren, give it to us, man. X Factors for this game on those Rams.
Rams' X Factors are going to be the defense. Not just Aaron Donald, not just Jalen Ramsey, but Jordan Fuller, Leonard Floyd, Troy Hill. The list goes on and on. That, like, if the Rams are going to be win today, it's going to be their defense because their offense has been up and down. And with Jared Goff being active, but no word being known on if he's going to be starting or not, or if John Wolford's going to be starting, that Rams defense has to come up big defensively, and they have to play shutdown football like they did the first time they played against Seattle. Only then will they get out of the wild card round and into the divisional round.
Okay, Brad, you heard what Taryn had to say. How about those X
right.
Factors on those Seattle Seahawks for you guys?
All right, so I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go X Factor on the offensive line side for the Seattle Seahawks. You're going to talk about how good that Rams defense is with Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd and all those big boys up front. Man, the defensive line is going to give the Seahawks some trouble today. So I'm going to be looking at Damian Lewis, that rookie right guard, who has started every game this season. And Pro Football Focus, I think, had him ranked in the top 15 in the right guards. So I'm going to be looking at Damian Lewis today, matching up against Aaron Donald right in the front. And I think if they can keep Aaron Donald in check, I think the Seahawks offense could start moving the ball a bit more. Hey. That offense has been pretty lackluster the last 9 weeks. I think since week 9. So it's been a tale of two halves.
He's talking the mess, Taryn. He's bringing it. I hope you're ready, Taryn. He's ready. We got Pierre.
Go.
Pierre Moss in the chat room saying happy Super Wildcard Weekend, fellas. Well, happy.
Yeah, super.
Which is kind of annoying in my opinion, but whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, Super Bowl, Super Wildcard.
Yeah, I like 12 teams. I'm sorry. 14's cool. I like 12 teams. Regardless, it just makes things better, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, happy Super Wildcard Weekend, fellas, from Pierre. Well, happy Super Wildcard Weekend to you, Mr. Pierre Moss, one of our live callers here at iSports Radio. He also is founder of Wellington Sports Radio. Make sure to check him out on our family of networks, USRN, WSR, calling live calls and doing all kinds of great shows. He's also one half of hosts on our New York sports show, New York / New Jersey, the show that never sleeps. Catch him on Wednesday afternoons, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Great show there. But all right, so I like it. Brandon says here the strength will be on that offensive line, and what do you call it? Taryn over here says that defensive line is going to be pretty nasty. I think that's pretty cool. Personally, guys, I think we got ourselves a good little matchup there. And we're talking about an offensive line who's produced none other than guys like, I don't know, back in the day. Remember Russell Okung, Mr. Brad Buckingham?
Yep.
And who was that other
top 10 pick?
Wakanda Tech.
Oklahoma State, Russell Okung.
Who remembers the big monster at tackle that was there before? Brownie points.
Walter Jones. Legend up here. Legend.
Freaking monster. I would take Walter over literally anybody right now at tackle in the NFL. That guy was gosh damn.
Yeah.
To explain how beastie he was, he must have eaten people for breakfast. Like seriously, every morning he just woke up and ate somebody. Like that's
without any milk.
Without any milk. Like that guy was such a gosh damn monster. I loved watching him play football. Pierre says it's all for marketing purposes. Super
wild business, baby.
Marketing purposes. Anyway, the battle in the trenches will be very interesting, Pierre Moss says, and I completely agree. So let's get on to the second part, the lightning round. Brad, I can see he likes talking a little crap and having fun. Taryn, you ready to talk some crap?
Yes.
Some crap. Taryn, give it to us, man. Weaknesses. I know you see him on Seattle, and I know Brad sees weaknesses on the Rams. Talk about them. Taryn, what do we got, man? Weaknesses on the Seattle Seahawks that you feel your Rams can exploit to win this thing on the road today?
So when it comes to the Seahawks' weaknesses, I just think overall it's inconsistency. I know they've been consistent for the past few games, but they've been inconsistent against teams like Washington and the San Francisco and whatnot. Like everyone still thinks that their defense is suspect, and the offense has kind of gone a little suspect as well. I will say this about the Seahawks' defense: they've improved, but you have to look at the teams that they've improved against. Like Washington, that team has offensive ineptitude. The Jets, offensive ineptitude. The Giants, which they lost to, has a lot of offensive ineptitude. And I do admit they did get the Rams good that second go around, because the Rams basically just couldn't find points at the side of a barn. But I think for the Rams, they've gotten their bad games out of the way. As I've always said before, that it's better to lose now in the regular season than to lose when it truly matters. So I think the Rams can exploit the inconsistencies of the Seahawks and turn it into a battle.
Woo! All right, well, we have some chatter in the chat room. Jones was that dude. Marcus Lowe's great. Absolutely. Oh, sorry. What up? No, Marcus Lowe's great in the chat.
What up, no?
He always says that.
Host of our boxing/MMA show here at IE Sports Radio every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern, covering all combat sports. Trust me, y'all, you don't want to miss it. And if you do, the nerve of you, as Marcus would say. Of course, Pierre Moss saying Walter Jones was that dude, man. Walter Jones was like
that dude.
He was that dude, like times 3.
Oh yeah.
And like, yeah. And then of course, what up? What's good, Marcus? Of course, the chatter. I love it. Keep up the chatter. The chat room guys, we're loving it. All right. Well, Brad, you heard everything Taryn had to say right now. He said some unkind things about your beloved Seahawks. What do you got for him, man? First, talk about, are you delusional, Taryn? Tell him. I mean, or you might actually agree. Like, no, we have some inconsistencies. Let us know, and then talk about the weaknesses that you feel your Seattle Seahawks can exploit on those Rams today to win this thing at home.
All right, look, I'm going to keep it honest. Yes, we have had some inconsistencies, especially on the offense. Like I said before, it's been a tale of two halves this season. The first half of the season, the defense was non-existent. It was on pace to be the worst in league history. That's what we were talking. And now the offense was on pace to be the best in league history in that first half of the season. And so ever since, I think that Bills game we had week 8, 7, something like that, it's turned around. They had a team meeting. Ken Norton met up with every defensive player and said, look, you need to know your position and you need to know who's covering this, who's covering that. And ever since that team meeting, they've been a top 5 defense. Yes, they played the Jets. Yes, they played the Giants. But they also played the Rams. And they held the Rams to 9 points, no touchdowns. So I think the defense has kind of turned around. Jamal Adams, I think, was worth those 2 first-round picks that they traded for. And, man, he's going to be a big difference maker in today's game. If he can stay, he got banged up last week against the Niners. So Jamal Adams, I think, can be a big help to this defense. And he has been a big help to this defense. But on the offensive side, I think what Pete Carroll has done has changed the momentum in where we're going to play possession football. We're going to play you're going to punt the ball and keep them at their 2-yard line, and we'll be okay with that because our defense can hold up pretty strong right now. And we just need 2-3 good drives from Russell Wilson, and that's all they can ask for. 20 points, that's all we need.
Okay, well, there you go. And before we get on to this game right now going on, Taryn, now you go ahead and get your rebuttal. What do you think? Do you think Brad's got a point, or no, Brad, are you delusional? Give us something back for Brad now.
Well, I will also say this, that the Rams obviously had a off game, but part of that was partially because Jared Goff just hurt his thumb on like one of the most outrageous plays. And I'm surprised the dude still played through that. Like if I jammed my thumb or dislocated it, I'd be screaming like a madman. But the fact that Jared Goff still played through that thumb injury means that he may not be the best quarterback, but the dude has guts. I'll just say that right now.
Yeah, he's tough.
So,
He's tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I will say this again: no matter who starts at quarterback, that quarterback is going to get the job done. Wolford already had his snaps last week against the Cardinals, and while he didn't play his best, he at least got him the win. Yes, the defense pretty much carried the Rams, but he still got it done. Other than that one throw he had on his first ever drive, he still got it done. So to me, I think it is going to be a great game. The feeling is that it's going to have that little vibe and rivalry to it because the Seahawks have won one, the Rams have won one. These are two smart coaches. One has been a veteran, while the other is pretty much still in a little bit of a new NFL role. But overall, I think that it all depends on which team flinches and which team buckles down defensively. I think it's just going to be won by defense.
It's going to be an ugly one.
I agree. Yeah. It's going to be pretty good. Marcus says here in the chat room, Seattle won't be able to keep Donald off Russell Wilson, and then Seattle's offensive line is going to have major problems today. Well, we shall see. We are now down to 4th and 11, guys. 4th and 11. Sorry to steal some shade from Matthew Owens right now on USRN, but let's do one little live commentary here. Rivers back in the shotgun set. We have trips to the right. 4th and season. Rivers drops back, delivers the Hail Mary up top.
Dang it.
Batted down, all done, and that is all she wrote. The Buffalo Bills have won their first freaking playoff game since like the Flintstones were cruising around on their feet in their cars.
Yep.
My goodness, this actually happened. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a hand clap for the freaking Buffalo
Good job, Bills Mafia. Good job.
Good job. Mafia has done it, 27-24.
I knew it was going to be close, though.
Big ups to Patty Bax, man. Patty Bax is there enjoying that game in the crowd, part of the 6,500 people that are there right now. Big ups to her. I know she was probably sweating bullets and all kinds of other objects that are really hard to put through your pores if you sweat them out. All right, I'll tell you right now, she was probably, but she's enjoying this victory. Hats off to the Bills winning their first playoff game in, my goodness, it's been how many years since I mean, we're
96.
talking over 50 or yeah, 26. I'm sorry.
It's been since the Four Falls, I believe. The Four Falls of
1996.
Of Niagara. Oh my gosh, 96. Well, actually a little bit after that, but still, I mean,
a little bit after that, yeah.
What an incredible job, and the Bills have done it. So, with that said, guys, on to the final question here of the day, the final round. Let's have some fun and do this thing. Yeah, first playoff win since 1995. Snaps 24 season drought. My gosh, congratulations to them. Philip Rivers, if this is your last go around, thank you for being, in my opinion, every bit of a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he'll ever get in, or he may. But damn it, I watched this guy on a crappy Chargers team. Actually, they beat us forever. They beat. I'll never forget the day where we beat the Chargers for the first time in 6 years in 2009. I'll never forget that. Or 2010, I believe. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, Philip Rivers has always had inconsistent offensive lines. The guy hasn't ever really had a solid offensive line, and the guy competes. He goes out there and still makes it happen, and you can't say enough good things about this guy. And if you don't like him, well, then I guess you're just a hater. And that's coming from a diehard Raiders fan, guys. This man is a hell of an athlete, and I will give it to him. If that's the last time we see him out there today, ladies and gentlemen, Philip Rivers, you deserve that, brother. You deserve every bit of the applause, and you are one hell of an athlete. And
good job, old man Rivers.
Looking forward to it. Taryn, hopefully not last, but any words for Rivers, man?
Well, it just sucks that if this really is his last game, that he kind of went out like that. And unfortunately, it was quite fitting that he went out through a 1-score loss, because he struggled with those a lot back when he was with the Chargers. And it really sucks that he didn't get a chance to play in the Super Bowl. But the Colts had this problem all season of inconsistency. And even if they won the AFC South, they'd still have to play Baltimore, which beat them earlier in the year. So it's pretty much pick your poison for the Colts. Either lose to a talented Bills team or lose to a red-hot Ravens team, which has arguably one of the best QBs in the nation. So, or not the nation, the league. So overall, I really hope Rivers does play for another year, but I have been hearing that he's going to be coaching high school football in Alabama. So
Yep.
I hope, I still think he's a Hall of Famer. Do I think he's going to get in instantly? We'll see.
Marcus says here, Philip Rivers should blame his GM for no Super Bowls. Marty should have been fired. And that's
Should have never been fired. But I totally agree with Marcus.
Absolutely agree. And by the way, Aaron, I mean, of course, is a Charger fan, but because of the show he hosts, covering the Rams as well. His brother also, Justin, great guy, comes on the show a lot with him, the SoCal Spring Sports Show. So Taryn basically is a Rams representative, so you can call him a fan. He's got a jersey on, guys. But of course,
it counts. It counts as a fan if you wear a jersey, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, Taryn's definitely very knowledgeable and, of course, very close with the Rams as well. But any words here for Rivers, Brad?
Yeah, man, I've been rooting for Philip Rivers for a while now because he definitely deserves a Super Bowl. He has gone through so much and done so much in this league. He's come so close, and yet so short. I think he has another year left. I think he comes back for one more year. It depends on what the Colts do. They could make a move for Carson Wentz. They could make a move for Sam Darnold. Who knows? Both quarterbacks would fit in Indianapolis really well. They do have Jacob Eason, the UW quarterback. They drafted 4th overall, sitting behind him. So I don't know how much confidence the Colts have in Jacob Eason. I actually grew up across the street from Jacob Eason when I was a kid here in Lake Stevens, Washington. So I know him personally. And Philip Rivers early in his career, he did not get a lot of help. He did not have a lot of great receivers early on. And he just wasn't really set up for success. But could you imagine if Philip Rivers was drafted by the Steelers instead of the Chargers and how much great success he would have in Pittsburgh compared to Big Ben?
Incredible.
I mean, gosh, he would have easily be a first ballot Hall of Famer if he was with the Steelers.
Agreed.
Easily.
Well, great words there. Marcus says Justin's okay. LMAO. He says I can't. Of course, that's Terrence's brother. Mayo does a great job on the show, but great job, great stuff there for Rivers, guys. And that's it. First playoff game is officially finished, done with. Buffalo wins 27-24, and Buffalo will move on now. And it's going to be awesome. We're going to see who goes where. But with that said, fire around, guys, and then we're out of here because we only got about less than 15 minutes, 13 minutes here till kickoff. So let's get it going, guys.
All right.
Around. Let's have some fun. Taryn, you start us off. Once again, you are the away team, so you start us off, man. Tell us, what is your game plan for today's show? What must your Rams do to earn this thing, to earn this victory on the road? Give it to us. What has to happen?
The plan is simple. Do not let Russ cook. Put pressure on him all game. Make him scramble like his hair is on fire or that he's trying to catch a hot date with Sierra. Just make him feel uncomfortable all day and night, like Kid Cudi up in here. And the offense will do its best to try to take care of himself or take care of themselves. Either way, the defense is going to rise to the occasion, and they have to ball out because it's the playoffs. It's a whole new season. It's a whole different animal. No one cares what you did in the regular season. No one cares what you did in the off season. No one cares. All that matters is the players that you have now and what you're doing at the moment. So Rams have got to ball out defensively. John Wolford, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Tyler Higbee, Cam Akers, Malcolm Brown, Andrew Whitworth will do the rest. And I think defense is going to lead to offense, and then offense will eventually lead to points, and then rinse, lather, repeat.
Well, there you have it. Great game plan there. Okay, Brad, talk to us, man. What do you think of Terrence's game plan? Do you think that's pretty good? I would do the same thing if I was wrestling us. Or stop it. You're delusional. It's not going to happen. Russ is going to eat you guys like a bowl of Cheerios on a Saturday morning in front of the TV. Okay, what do you think? Oh, and then, of course, transition into your game plan. What are your Seahawks going to do today to earn this thing and move on to the playoffs?
All right, look, Russ hasn't been cooking for weeks now. I think they took the spatula and the apron, everything away from him right now. He ain't cooking anymore. So you're gonna have to worry about that. There's a guy, his name's Chris Carson. He was a 7th-round pick, and I think they've been kind of easing him up the whole season. Only 140 carries. It's pretty low for Chris Carson, in my opinion. So we're going to have Carson cook today. So if Carson gets the ball, you get him punching through that in between the tackles, just bully over that defensive line, set up the play action for Russell Wilson, which he has been the best quarterback in play action passes. I think a quarterback rating of over 115 during play action passes. So you get Chris Carson rolling, you put in Carlos Hyde for a few plays and have him bully over a couple runs, set up Russell Wilson, deep down to DK Metcalf. I'm really looking forward to DK Metcalf versus Jalen Ramsey, by the way. Part 3, that's going to be fun. I know there was trash talk from Jalen Ramsey has been kind of quiet, and I missed that trash talk in Ramsey. So we'll see what happens today on the field with that. But yeah, we get Chris Carson going, we get the run game going, because Pete Carroll loves to ground and pound with the run game. So magic number in Pete Carroll's eyes is 50. That's 25 running attempts, 25 passing attempts. And if you get to 50 plays, that sets you up for the game. So that's the goal.
I like it. All right, Terrence, short, quick and dirty, man. Your thoughts on Brad's game plan?
Well, it's a impressive one, and I think we're gonna have our wits end against the running game. Not just Chris Carson, but Carlos Hyde. I think even Travis Homer and DJ Dallas might get some action in. Yes, DJ Dallas, because you can't have a party without the DJ. But if memory serves me correctly, Ramsey has shut down DK Metcalf for the most part, because I actually saw this little highlight clip where it said all of DK Metcalf's catches against the Rams this year, and it had just one catch, which was pretty funny. It's like, oh. But for the most part, the Rams also got to take care of Tyler Lockett, and they just got to stop game. And I think the corners for the Rams will just take care of themselves, because Troy Hill has what it takes, Jalen Ramsey has what it takes, and then, again, Jordan Fuller has been doing well at safety. Leonard Floyd has been a gift from the Bears. Thank you to the Chicago Bears for sending him our way to be with Aaron Donald. I know the Rams kind of blew up their draft picks, but honestly, I think it's well worth it, because the Rams have a solid team, and again, they've gotten the bad games out of the way. They've moved on from the past. Those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. The Rams have learned from their mistakes from week 16 and 15, and they've moved on from it. So I think, and I kind of feel the Rams had a lot of pressure on them after they beat the Patriots and the Bucs and all of those teams. And everyone was like, oh, the Rams are a Super Bowl caliber team. And then I think it let it get straight through their heads. And here's the thing about them. You don't want to get too high off the wins, but you don't want to get too low off the losses. So I think the Rams have now got a clear leveled head, and they're basically playing with house money on the road, of course.
I agree. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do it for this primetime face-off. You get a hand clap for Tara Rodriguez and Brad Buckingham, y'all. Great job, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff. We're just 8 minutes away from kickoff, and of course, we got to get the plug at the end. Gentlemen, that was a great job, great face-off. And, well, it's up to you, the listeners, to decide who won it. With that said, Taryn, once again, since you are the away team, let us know, brother. Let us know, man. Where can all these giant Rams find you? Where can they find Rams fans, that is, find you? Where can all these people who enjoy your show continue to, find you on or enjoyed your presence on today's show, find your shows, man? Tell everybody, where can they find you on Twitter and all kinds of social media, dude?
You can follow me on Twitter at Taryn Rodriguez1. That's where I'm mainly active. You can follow Set Point, my volleyball show, on Twitter at set_point.ie. And then you can follow the SoCal Supreme Sports Show on Twitter at SoCal Show IESR on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram at Taryn Rodriguez 1992, but I don't really use Instagram that much. And then I'm also on Facebook, but I don't use Facebook too much as well. But if you like my content, definitely do give me a follow. You're definitely going to be taken for a great ride, and I hope I don't disappoint.
Well, there you have it. Brandon. I knew I was going to. I knew I was going to do it once. I knew I was.
It's all right. My Brandon too. Don't worry about it.
on the network and you're saying Brandon Buckingham, and there's a guy that just joined the show, one time, and his name is Brad Buckingham, you might call him Brandon once. Okay, I'm just saying, and that happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, Brad Buckingham, where can all these diehard Seattle Seahawks fans find you on Twitter? Anywhere you want to share, any publications you do, any podcasts, anything you may do that you want to plug, man, where can they find it?
Seahawks Twitter or any NFL Twitter, whatever. You can find me there at that big B. Because my dad used to call me B all the time. So I said, whatever, I'm going to call me Big B. So that's where you can find me. I talk a lot of sports on that thing. And I talk NFL, NBA, baseball. I love baseball. Baseball is my number one true love. So
Mariner?
Big baseball guy. Mariners? Oh, don't get me started on the Mariners, man.
Wait. I got to know something before we're out of here. First things first, let's go. Wildcard Weekend is here. Go Browns. Andrew Hagenbaugh, our Ohio sports show host, by the way, the state of Ohio sports. Catch him on Fridays.
Good luck.
3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, check him out. And the Soccer Scoreboard Show, our soccer host, by the way, as well. He hosts the Soccer Scoreboard Show. Sundays at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, Marcus is cheering on them Browns too. A Niners fan. One more time, Marcus is a Niners fan, Brad. Upset City. Andrew, yes, sir. So I got to know, you didn't say UW or Washington State. Who the hell do you like? Who is your team, Brad?
Bear down. U of A, baby.
Oh, my.
Tucson, Arizona.
How do you do that?
Bear down.
Dude, just kidding.
Hey, the U of A just signed, Pete Carroll's son, Brandon Carroll, is now the offensive coordinator down in U of A.
That's cool.
So,
okay, now
looking forward to that.
I feel like a jerk earlier because I said USC lost to 2 crappy teams that barely won against 2 crappy teams they should have blown out in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Well, one of them was Arizona. The other one was on the other side of the Territorial Cup, Arizona State, and they're both in the start of the season. So anyway, with that said, funny stuff. But all right, well, good stuff. Brad said he lived in both places, so I totally understand. So with that said, guys, that's it. You love sports, and that's what it's all about. If you love sports, y'all, IE Sports Radio. That's what it's all about, y'all. Right here behind me, IE Sports Radio. We are your direct feed for all that is sports, delivering you everything we possibly can. Show us some love, y'all, each and every day. Donate, of course, to our Ko-fi page. We certainly appreciate the crap out of that. If you guys would like to support us, show us some love in every which way you can. Of course, we really appreciate all of your guys tuning in every single week. U of A is cursed. Marcus was great. Marcus was great actually in Arizona, by the way. A Niners in Arizona.
He ain't lying, dude. He ain't lying.
I thought Scooby Wright was going to be like the next freaking Bosworth, man, but I don't think.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But Ohio State over Bama, well, we'll be talking about that. I know he'll be talking about that on Friday for sure, Ohio. And, of course, you're going you're going.
Marcus, spell your right, please.
Andrew,
I'm sorry, but I had to.
And Bama will beat Ohio State like a step.
Oh, no. Like a stepchild.
It's going to be. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's show. Brad, Karen, enjoy the show. Enjoy the game, guys. It's going to be a show. It's going to be awesome. Enjoy it. Enjoy your days. God bless you both, your families. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoons, guys. And I'll see you both very soon. Thanks again for today. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
All right. See you, Larry.
Hey.
Take care, guys.
Take care, y'all.
All right. With that said, y'all, that is going to do it for today's show. What a show it was. That was a lot of fun. Glad to have everybody, y'all, of course, in today's show. Thank you so much to everyone who was a part of it. Of course, Brad and Taryn. And at the end of the day, guys, that was my final verdict, and I hope you're ready for it. It's going to be a good game. I am very excited for this. But I can't go any other way, guys. I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks to win this thing today, man. It's going to be a freaking good game. But I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks to win this football game. Final score, 31-24. The Seahawks will find a way to pull this thing out. Russell was too potent. That defense is going to be nasty, but I think Russell finds a way to get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a big fan of him. I'm 5'9" myself. And guess what? I'm still balling playing against, these big monsters in semi-pro. And I'll tell you what, man, these guys, see, I love what, and I'll always say this. When Russell Wilson got drafted, he told everybody that he had a lot of what you can't measure, and that's heart. You can measure a 40, you can measure a bench, you can measure your height, you can measure all kinds of stuff, but you can't measure heart. And he said that's one thing that I have that not everybody else, that's one thing that I have for sure, that you can't measure. So I'll tell you guys, I'm taking Seattle. Should be a great game, but there we go. A little bit of more back and forth. Andrew, that's what they said about Clemson. Oh my gosh. Clemson has been suspect all season. Well, there you go, guys. A little bit of more banter for you guys there. But all right, get ready for kickoff. That's going to be that. I will see you guys in a few hours for our final primetime face-off of the evening as Tampa Bay takes on the Washington football team. With that said, y'all, I'll see y'all soon. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.